Hi, I'm Jerica with Truly Outrageous Beauty, and today I'm going to show you how I do my makeup with one compact. That's right, let's get started. So I always like to start with my eyes first, that way if any eyeshadow falls down or anything, it's just really easy to quickly clean it up with a wipe. I don't have to worry about it messing up my makeup. It's always a good idea to prime your eyelids. So I am using what we call a brightening highlight. So all of our cream foundations and brighteners are all called highlights. So this is my brighter one, and it makes a perfect primer for my eyelids. So I just put that all over, and then I top it with a sheer setting powder. This just gives me a nice, even, smooth surface to work with when applying my eyeshadow. Now I'm going to come in with a base color. This one I'm using today is called London. It's just a very nude kind of mauve color. It's a matte eyeshadow, and I'm using that in my crease and kind of going a little bit above. I do have hooded eyes, so if you have hooded eyes too, you want to go a little bit above your crease and not just in the crease, because that will actually make your eyes look smaller. So I kind of blend that out above the crease. Let's do the other eye. I'm just using kind of like windshield wiper motions and some swirling. And I'm putting this mostly in my crease, but also putting it lightly over my entire lid. Blend, 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 blend. Blend till you can't blend no more. Now I'm going to come in with a darker shimmer color. This one is called Kin, and I'm going to put that in the outer corners and a little bit up into the center of my crease. If you get too much on your brush like the first time around, don't worry about it. Just put it on the other eye. It's no big deal. You can always go and blend it out later. So I'm just kind of working that color up into the crease and kind of in the outer corner of my entire lid. You can do a backwards C or like a little triangle, whatever works best for you. And then blend that up into that base color that you use. And this is just gonna help it to transition really nicely. Next, I'm going to go in with another shimmer. This one is called Bend and Snap. And I'm using the smaller end of my brush now, my eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to apply this to my lids where I didn't put that darker color Kin. And you can see this doesn't have to be fancy, like I didn't make a cut crease or anything like that. I'm kind of faking it with these color transitions. So putting that on the other eyelid too. Just meeting those colors together. Now I'm going to take a lighter shimmer called Sis, and I'm going to put that in the inner corners of my eyes, still using that smaller end of my brush, and then kind of blend that up into my crease a little bit, just so it doesn't look like a blob of color right there in the corner. And then one final blend with a clean brush just to make sure everything is smooth together. Now I'm going to take e.l.f. liquid liner, and because I have hooded eyes, I'm actually starting below the waterline on my top lid. And it's a good idea to start with the eye that you have the most problems with, because it'll be easier to match the other one. I'm not a psychopath, so I have to go really slow and take my time with my eyeliner, otherwise it will just get bigger and bigger. I'm kind kind of a perfectionist too, so this tends to take me a little while. Okay, the other eye. Again, starting a little below the lash line. If you have really hooded eyes, you want to open your eye and kind of look straight ahead as you're bringing that line back towards the center of your eye and go right over where your eye is hooded. And then when you open your eye, you can kind of connect it. It will make like a little C shape, either backwards or forwards. And that's okay, that's what you want. Okay, there we go. Now this is why I always do my eye makeup first, because now I'm going to take my wipey and just wipe any fallout off. I'm also going to clean up the edges of my eyeshadow and my eyeliner, just taking that wipey and just wiping under and up. Now let's throw on some mascara. A trick I learned from another makeup artist is to look down when you're applying your mascara to your top lid. Shake and twirl up, and this will help prevent getting any mascara on your lid. So look down instead of straight ahead or up. Don't judge me with how many times I run my mascara wand through my lashes. I did the same thing with nail polish when I was little. In the top half of my compact, I have everything I need. My contour, my brightening highlight, my main highlighter, my foundation, my illuminator, my bronzer, and a lip and cheek. So I'm going to show you how I use each of these and where I place them. I'm going to start with my contour and this detail brush. I like this brush because it's very tapered on one end, which gives me nice straight lines with my contour. You can come in right at the crease of your cheek and kind of round it if you want to accentuate your cheeks, or if you want a more lifted look, just go right above that crease. And that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm applying it and then I'm going to blend it upwards to give me that lifted look. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just getting a little product on this brush, not a whole lot. Because this cream makeup is so highly pigmented, I'm still going to get the coverage I need without having to apply layer upon layer. Now with your contour along your jawline, you're going to want to start behind your ear to create that shadow. If you start at the point of your jawbone, it's just going to look like makeup. So starting behind the ear is really what's going to create that shadow, and that's what you want. Then you want to blend that down into the neck. Let's do the same thing on the other side, again starting behind the ear and bringing that forward, then blending down into the neck. See how defined my face looks now? I'm also going to put some of my contour on my forehead just to give me some dimension so I don't look super flat. This one you want to blend up into the hairline. I like to just take 2 lines down either side of my nose for my nose contour. This is just a really easy way to do it, and it makes my nose look very thin and elongated, which is what I'm going for. You can take the other end of the brush and just kind of diffuse that out a little bit if it's too much. With cream makeup, there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. Everything is fixable. It is super easy to use, so you don't have to be afraid. I also like to put a little contour under my bottom lip because it kind of makes it look more fuller. Now I'm going to take the smaller end of that detail brush I was using and use it to apply my brightening highlight. So the trick with this is you don't want to swipe it all the way under your eye. You don't really want to do a triangle either. You just want to put it on the inner and outer corner of your eye. This will prevent you from accentuating any of those fine lines and wrinkles under the eyes. I know this looks a little intense and scary right now, but I promise everything's gonna blend together so seamlessly at the end. Next, I'm going to take that brightening highlight and just do a very thin line down the center of my nose. You want to make sure you keep that area bright. And if you need to, just go back and correct it a little bit with the other end. If you went too far and maybe took off too much of that contour, just keep playing with it until you get the shape that you want. You can also use the brightening highlight on your chin. And then to blend upwards, just to kind of connect everything. It really helps with these colors and transitioning to make you look three-dimensional and not flat. So just trust the process. I know, so scary. Okay, now I'm going to take our blush and bronzer brush. So the blush end is smaller, the bronzer end is bigger. I'm going to take the blush side and I'm going to use this color called Summer Love. This is one of our glosses. And this is going to be used on my cheeks and my lips. And that's why they're called lip and cheeks. So I'm just putting that right above my contour, a little bit on it, because I did go kind of high with that, which is okay. It's no big deal. Now I'm going to take the same end of that brush that I used for my lip and cheek, and I'm going to dip into my main highlight, or what you would call your foundation. And I'm just dipping in there, swiping a little bit, not getting a whole lot of product on. And I'm gonna start applying this anywhere I didn't apply somewhere else. Look at that coverage. I love cream makeup so much for this reason. It goes on so smooth, like butter. Now I'm going to take our blend brush and I'm going to use the fluffier end to apply some illuminator. Illuminator is going to give you that candlelit glow. This particular one I'm using today is called Georgia. It's one of our powder illuminators. And I'm just putting that at the top of my cheekbones. And I like to put a little on the tip of my nose and on my Cupid's bow. Now I'm going to take my damp perfector sponge and I'm going to start blending everything together. This is going to give you that airbrushed finish. Don't forget to blend out that contour under the neck. It's very easy to forget that. And the reason you want to have your sponge a little damp is because it's not going to pull off all that makeup you just put on. It's just going to barely take off any excess. Now I'm going to use that same end of the blush and bronzer brush and put some setting powder just on areas that I tend to get a little bit oily throughout the day, so mostly my T-zone. You can go back and spot apply your makeup to any areas that you need a little bit more coverage with. This cream is buildable, so if you want a little extra coverage in a certain area, you can just tap more on. So I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. Now on this side where I put my contour and my lip and cheek, I can't exactly just use my foundation. So I'm actually going to use my contour to go a little bit darker to cover that, and then I'm going to go back on top of it with my lip and cheek. And now it's gone. Now that lip and cheek, like I mentioned, can also be used not just for your cheeks, but also your lips. All of our lip and cheeks double as blush and lipstick. And it is buildable too, so if you want it to be more intense, you just keep layering it. Now I'm going to take the other end of our blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to apply bronzer where the sun would normally hit me. So this is different from contour. Contour creates shadows, bronzer is where the sun naturally hits you. So tip of your nose, your chin, tops of your cheekbones, and the center of your forehead. You can also use this to warm up your neck and your chest, so if you feel like your face is a little bit warmer than the rest of you, you can use this to correct that. If you would like a free color match, just click the link in the description, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you!